What's up, guys? It's Matt at Performance Fab. Just going to go over, this is one we've been working on the past week or so. Something a little different. We mostly do drag cars around here. I mean, we do all kind of little hot rod projects, anything welding, fabrication usually on cars, but it's probably 90% drag cars most of the time. This is something a little different. Most people are used to seeing this big wheel, convertible, big Buick, land yacht. Super nice car. It's a lot of time and money's been put into this thing. 26's on it. Real nice. We're helping finish it for a friend of ours, one of his customers. So he did the LS swap, put all the super nice pulley system. I mean, this thing's gonna be AC power steering, the whole 9 yards. But they wanted to do a turbo kit to make some power. It's a pretty healthy LS engine. So we're trying to get this turbo kit wrapped up. Got a few little things left to do on it today, and she should go out the door. But it's a FIS S400 base turbo, chassis size turbo. I think this one's an 88 or a 91. I can't really remember. But it's just using the hooker manifolds. It's hard to see it, but so this manifold goes back and around, has a crossover that goes under the transmission, and then this other manifold, it ties back into it on the bottom, and then it's a single out. So it's actually a pretty cool setup for these kind of cars where you look like you have a lot of space here, but you don't have as much as you want, especially when you go putting a turbo that size in with a decent sized downpipe and trying to get the intercooler in the front, where you're trying to snake the intercooler piping through the header panel and into the cooler, and we got it all squeezed in there, and had to modify the hood latch so we could. The hood latch usually goes all the way down to the lower radiator support, so we had to cut it off and kind of incorporate it all into the cooler. And there's got mounts on the bottom of the cooler that hold it also. This came out pretty nice though. It's a pretty sweet setup. I'm trying to see, we got the hot side in, wastegate plumbed. The wastegate dumps back into the downpipe. So we got the charge piping from turbo to the cooler, goes through, sneaking it back around the radiator and through the radiator support. I still got to build this pipe. I'm gonna do this today, and it's pretty simple. It's basically 290s. Got to add a couple fittings, put the blow-off valve on it, but that's a pretty simple pipe to finish. There's a lot of work been done on the bottom of this car. I was going to raise it up and kind of show you this, but this should be a 800,000 horsepower to the wheel on decent fuel. Pretty easy. I don't know what the plan is, if it's E85 or what the deal is. Like I said, this is not really my world, so I'm just helping complete me and the guys are helping complete the fabrication side of it. But I'm going to raise it up so we can look at the bottom. Like I said, this thing's got 26's on it. It's a super nice car. Got nice brakes all the way around. You can see it's got these monster wheelwood brakes. I think those are 15-inch rotors. They don't look it on this size wheel, but pretty large. But so we've done the downpipe out. Oh, hang on, let me get it up. All right, so like I said, we've see some of this other stuff. So you can see that header goes back. It's hard to see, everything's black, but it goes back. Like I said, it comes down, it wraps around, and then it comes back up and ties into this manifold. And then both of those merge in this cast manifold. Like I said, it's a nice setup for these kind of street cars. And it's not very expensive in the big scheme of things, but so we just had to do that pipe. And this is a street car, so put a decent flex bellow in it. Then we plumb the wastegate. You can kind of see all that stuff. It gets busy kind of fast. But let me grab my chair so I can sit down and show you guys. But so it's a single 4-inch out of the turbo, and it comes down. You kind of see we brought it down, we V-banded it, and we merged it right at the V-band to do full exhaust on this thing. And it's a lot going on. So it's 4 to 2 3s. It comes back to some mufflers. I got to finalize these 2 turn down. That's the only 2 things we got to do down here today, is get those placed, tacked, and welded. But yeah, it's a lot going on. We actually put these floor bars in this thing last week, being a convertible and making decent power like it's going to. Just tried to tie the frame together. It's a perimeter frame car. Kind of, we do this a lot on G bodies, your Malibus, your Monte Carlos, and all that stuff. It's kind of the similar setup where we do a rear cross member, do some inner frame rails that kick back into the frame at the front. We do a trans cross member, removable, and then we just got a couple of gusses. This should, like I said, this is a convertible and it's going to be making some decent power, so she's going to try to twist up, so we're just trying to stiffen it up just a little, just so it don't destroy stuff. But you can see there's a lot going on. This thing's pretty busy. Like I said, this is a nice car. It's got a 9-inch in it. It's all QA1 stuff. I'm gonna try to start showing you guys a little bit more of these cars we're working on. Kind of just, we do build cars complete, but most of the stuff we're doing is just the fab stuff to help guys finish up. So we do a lot of this kind of what we'd call small to medium sized jobs, doing this kind of work here. A lot of turbo fabrication, exhaust, intercooler piping, all that kind of stuff. Build headers from scratch. But just start trying to show some of this stuff in some of the videos. It's pretty cool to see, actually, some of this stuff starting to come together. But that's all I got on this one. I got a couple more we're getting close to finishing. I'll probably try to go over those in the next few weeks, and also I'll start trying to show some of the parts we build. We do a lot of 9-inch housings, torque boxes for Mustangs, for G bodies, different stuff. But anyway, like I said, our bread and butter is mainly drag cars, but like I said, we do a little bit of all of it. All right, guys, thank y'all. See you later.